Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick review/overview of my hands down favorite accessory for the GoPro system, the Feiyu-Tech G4 handheld gimbal. After I got my G4, I spent a week in the Dominican Republic and gave it a thorough testing, and I hope you enjoy. First thing you'll notice is that the packaging is quite nice and relatively minimal. Once you remove the gimbal, you will find that it feels sturdy and with a good amount of weight, not too heavy and not too light. The aluminum construction is both attractive and durable. Inside the box, you will find 4 batteries. The G4 runs on 2 batteries, so it's really nice that Feiyu-Tech has provided a second set as a backup. The battery life is quite good, easily outlasting the GoPro's battery. In my tests, I used the gimbal heavily, recording off and on throughout our 10-hour days without the need to swap batteries for a couple of days. Actual battery life should be around 4 hours of use though, according to some other tests. Of course, your mileage may vary. Also in the box is a flat USB cable for use with both the battery charger as well as to calibrate and update the firmware on your gimbal. You will also find the aforementioned USB charger for the batteries and the USB dongle that must be used while calibrating your gimbal. Additionally, there is an extra set of screws for mounting the GoPro with either the LCD backpack or battery backpack that are longer than the screws that come mounted on the gimbal right out of the box. To insert the batteries, you can either unscrew the bottom of the handle where the power button is located or remove the handle altogether. I prefer to remove the handle as I find it easier to handle the unit that way. Once the batteries are in, simply reassemble and insert your GoPro into the holder. You will have to use your camera without its underwater case, but honestly, these cameras are pretty tough. For about $20, you could snag a set of 2 clear lens protectors that slip over the lens of your GoPro if you're really worried about damaging your lens. I use my GoPro like this for about 90% of my shooting. I will say, however, that if you're using the camera with the lens protector, you may need to calibrate with the gimbal prior to using it. You should calibrate before using anyway, but this will help to ensure that your footage will be level. Once the camera is installed, press the power button until it clicks, hold upright, and wait for the gimbal to initialize after about a second. Now you're ready to shoot. Here are some examples of the gimbal in use. There are 4 modes in which the gimbal can operate. The first is heading follow mode, which is a single press of the button. The camera will stay facing forward. The second option is heading and pitch follow mode. Here, it operates just like the first mode, but now you can adjust the angle of the pitch. If you single press the button again, the pitch angle will be locked. Double press the button again to return to the heading and pitch follow mode. The third option is lock mode. Lock mode will keep the camera pointed in whichever direction you set it, regardless of the gimbal's orientation. The fourth option requires 3 quick clicks of the button to enter inversion mode. In this mode, the camera rotates upside down and can be used to get those low angle shots. And new to the G4, if you hold the button for a few seconds, you can enter standby mode. Standby mode will allow you to turn the brushless motors off without having to actually turn the gimbal off, saving battery life, but still giving you instant access to your gimbal. Simply hold the button for a few seconds again, and it'll pop back to life. My favorite feature about the gimbal, and why it has become my most used and favorite accessory, is that anyone can use the gimbal right out of the box. You can give it to just about any user, and they can capture nice, stable footage without having to practice their technique or worry about balancing. The clips straight off of the gimbal come out very nice. However, with a little post-stabilization, your clips will be silky smooth. It will take some practice to get your technique down to get the best possible footage, for example, walking with minimal impact. But this gimbal takes a majority of the work out of the process for you. I might suggest checking out fellow YouTuber 24ATP's channel and watching through his videos of the gimbal. He's put together a whole video series about using the gimbal and has done a great job explaining what you might need to know. Of course, I'm always happy to answer any questions you may have about the G4 as well. I hope this review has helped to answer some questions that you may have had regarding the G4 gimbal. And if you have the means, I absolutely suggest adding this stabilizer to your arsenal. You will definitely be impressed. So with that, have a great day and happy shooting.